What's living, man? We're back with another YouTube video, man. We're back with another one. Finished our session over at Crunch, so now we are heading back to the cribbo. Got some tuna chicken or canned tuna in my bag. With me in the back. We got some chicken breast. It's gonna be cool, man. It's gonna be a little something, nothing too crazy or too far out there. At the end of the day, what's gonna build muscle is you fueling your body with the right ingredients, the right food sources. That is going to make the world of a difference. I can't stress that enough. Most working men eat like trash, eat like garbage, and they're just not able to maximize their performance. So that's the first change you need to make. If your diet is horrendous, then make the immediate adjustment, make the immediate change, take the next step, man, and do what you need to do in order to make it happen. Like, your diet is everything. And if you don't understand that, you don't really have much when it gets down towards building strength and doing it in a way where it's continuous, it's repetitive, and it's done in the process where it's most helpful to your journey. The sun is real nasty, I'm not gonna lie. But yo, man, what boils down to that is building muscle. You need to do it in the way where it's gonna help you and not going to slow down your progress, man. As long as you're doing something is better than nothing. Though I don't like the analogy or the idea of doing something is better than nothing. I think it just shows that if you do just a little bit, you're expected to see some sort of significant change. And that couldn't be further from the truth. I totally disagree with that statement. If you're gonna show up for yourself in your fitness journey, you gotta show up for yourself in the best way you can in everything. In your diet, in your routine, how you show up when you wake up in the morning. The biggest reason working men can't keep weights off is because they double carb. That's the first thing. When you could say, for example, you go to McDonald's. Even if it's not McDonald's, I could care less where you go out to eat. If you're double carbing a lot or in every one of your meals, it makes it harder to lose the weight. You shouldn't need to double carb everything. Though when you go to McDonald's, for instance, you get the fries, carbs. You get a burger, there's carbs on the bun. You can easily remove the carbs and take away a couple hundred calories and be better off than the individual who is literally who is double carbing in their daily day-to-day and not losing any. Understand that and you're good to go. Like, you shouldn't need to double carb every day of the week. It's not a necessity. If you do that, then it makes it difficult to lose weight and keep it off. Who doesn't love to lose weight consistently? Who doesn't? And you need to understand that the only way you're going to lose weight is if you're in a deficit. You consume less calories than your body burns. Easiest way to do that is to reduce the amount of carbs you consume. It's a very simple thing. It's a very simple thing you can do. Just cut the carbs down. Cut them down. You don't need food, calories to survive. There's no getting around that. What is to get around is the fact that you can control how much of what you eat in a day. You can control that. If the desire is there, good intentions are there, and you're able to just stay focused, stay ambitious, and stay driven on the goal, and not be so easily persuaded by the fact that you should eat because you feel hungry. Man, that's a second thing. Eating because you feel hungry, and you've already eaten something an hour or two ago. Poor food choices. If you're not consuming higher quality food groups, then it's no reason to keep going back to the kitchen, opening up the pantry every 10, 20, or 30 minutes. That is a definite no. You should not be doing that under any circumstance. Your goal is to lose weight, not end up big backed for the entire summer. A lot of y'all made some promises to yourselves and the promise didn't get fulfilled. You were going to get in the best shape possible, and it just didn't happen for XYZ excuse. Life got busy. I didn't have time. It just seems impossible. It's every excuse you could name in the book that I think is remotely disgusting. Show up for yourself regardless of the adversity, regardless of what it takes, regardless, man. We're losing time. There is no time to think about the process. If you're continuously thinking about the process, how can you expect to take any sort of quick action? What I learned is that it takes almost little to zero time to think on something. Almost no effort. But for some reason, it takes all the efforts, all the time in the world to act on the goal, to start to be consistent on the action. It takes literally zero to almost no minimal effort.
So right now we got a core session underway. We're gonna do a continuation of the crunches we did upstairs. Normally like to do a little bit of a circuit, so we're going to do some ins and outs. Yeah, ins and outs, man. We'll do about 2 sets of those and knock it out, man. Let's go. Good, man. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go 20, man. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 20. Do it slow and do it in a way where you can have that mind to muscle connection as you're doing the movement. You don't want to be sporadically just going through with momentum. That's not really the best way to approach it. I approach all my workouts the same way. Slow, do it with enough tension, do it with enough resistance, and do it repetitively until you see some gains. That's it. So we're gonna start back up in the next 30 seconds. Dumbbells. So ultimately it's gonna put it like this, and ooh, you actually feel that. 1, 2, do your best to control the weight as you work with it if you have a dumbbell. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we got 10 more left. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, even if it's like 5 or 10 pounds, you'll feel it significantly. Like, you'll feel the weight. It's not a lot, but it's little enough to where you feel it. 16, 17, 18, 19. All right, that's a second. Oh. The goal is to just crunch up to your torso as close as you can. You don't want to be, if you have to like half do it, I recommend not using the weight. This movement demands that you give it the entirety, the full range you can give it. So if you're working with weight, build your core up to the point where you can handle. This is like what, 5 pounds? This is actually 10 pounds. So this is actually a good enough challenge. It's not too heavy to where form begins to falter. It's just enough weight that you can work with to build on. So we got 20 more seconds left. That's gonna be our third set. Man, it's gonna be a long one. All right, let's go. 1, you wanna try to crunch all the way in as much as you can. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10. Got 10 more left. Ooh. 10 more left. Man, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's hot out here, man. Like, bro, it's hot. Like, it's not scorching hot, but it's hot. All right, man. We're still working. We got one more set left. Yeah, let's go finish the entirety of a core circuit, man. No pain, no gain is what they call it. Let's finish strong, man. Let's work. Show up even when it matters the least. If you can do that repetitively, There's no reason why you can't win. Show up long enough, the goals become relevant. All right, man. That's it. You feel me?
We're going to finish off with the cardio session we have for today. It's going to be probably for about a few minutes. The whole point behind why I do cardio, if anything, is one, it's a cool down. It's perfect to just get my heart rate down, lower my blood pressure down after an intense workout. It's one of those things where it's just a non-negotiable. Outside of my actual cardio session, which I have to do at least 3 to 4 times a week, normally I'll go on the treadmill, because recently the Stairmaster was, personally, I thought it was the best tool or the best machine for fat loss or for weight loss. But for me personally, I've been using the treadmill a lot more lately, seeing as I can burn a lot more calories effectively, and I can maintain my pace a lot more steady, a lot more controlled, with a controlled tempo, versus me on a Stairmaster. I'm not really able to regulate my rhythm, regulate my heart rate, regulate my step counts as smoothly as I do on a treadmill. So as of lately, it's been one of those exercises where I've just been more constant with it. I know what before in the past I would say I was more of like an advocate towards the Stairmaster, right? High intensity, minimal interval. That was my go-to. That was my perspective until finding that sweet spot on the treadmill. It made the world of a difference. I'm able to burn a lot more calories in the same time period, because my rate is a lot more steady. And the more you are able to keep your pace relaxed, focused, steady, like this, like what I'm doing right now, like it makes the goal a lot more easier to accomplish. Like I burned well over 500 calories within the hour of doing the exercise. I mean, sure, if I'm on a Stairmaster, I could burn close to that, if not more, in the same hour. So I'm able to regulate and keep a focused pace. That's the whole goal behind cardio, in my opinion. If I'm able to be more relaxed, maintain a steady pace, and be more fluid and constant with it, it makes the goal so much more practical. It makes the goal a lot more measurable to realize, and just put myself into a position where I realize the goal. A lot of you don't realize the goal because you put these huge expectations behind what you're doing, and when you fail to meet it, well, you just fall off the fitness journey, you fall off the path, and you don't really realize or stay committed long term. So it's one of those things where I just find a steady pace and maintain it for as long as I can, regardless of how bad it's hurting, or regardless of how I'm feeling in the present moment. Execute, man, and get it done. That's it. That's all it is, all right? We won't get into it. Let's get it done. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me, all right? Let's work.